Hey, you might want to put on a helmet so it don't make a mess when I blow your mind.
Hey, how you doing today? Name's Gabriel, so make a move out the way. Hey, who you trying to be? I can barely walk straight, so don't follow me.
The finest insanity on your radio dial. The Flipside Radio Show.
Hit me.
The Flipside, a podcast, fans of the insanity. It used to be a radio show, of course. Now we're just streaming online, which means that profanity might ensue. You can download it either at TheMediaJack.blogspot.ca or iTunes, or you can watch it on YouTube and help us out because, my goodness, I can afford a large triple with the amount of money I'm making off of YouTube right now. I'm JD, the Media Jack, and to my left, the man who has returned from Saskatchewan, Brock. Woo! Brock, you still have your Twitter account?
Yeah, Brock on 90. I never check it, but I have it.
And across from me, this time we're not doing it from his basement, his spare room, or my bedroom. We're actually doing it from a studio here in Prince George. Mr. Ryan Miles, sir.
Good day.
How are you?
Doing all right.
And the one and only time we'll talk about it, what's your Twitter account?
Ryan Miles 66.
There you go. We'll leave it at that.
Good enough.
You brought it up last time because we didn't talk about it at all. We didn't bring it up at all during the last episode. And then I hit it at the very end. It's like, yeah, it was actually kind of nice. Only had to bring it up once. Done. So, screw it. We'll leave it at that.
We used to do it all the time.
We did used to do it all the time.
We were kind of scrambling for content. Now we still scramble. We just don't do the Twitter thing as much.
Well, we also had commercial breaks then.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to shamelessly promote another company.
This is true. We could do as we please. Although a sponsorship would be nice. And we would say wonderful, beautiful, kind words about anything out there, be it HostGator, maybe Loot Crate. That'd be fun. Blue Apron. We could all get meals.
That'd be right.
That'd be great.
We have a large spreading reach of 4 listeners now. We've doubled in size.
Exactly. And
so 1, 2, 3. Who's number 4?
I don't listen to this shit.
my mom.
You create it.
My
Yeah.
mom listens to this all the time. In fact, she's gotten into the old tradition of whenever I post it, she'll actually wait for a Saturday night and then listen.
Nice.
So that's hi, Mom. Yeah. So anyway, the flip side, talking about random things, wonderful things, and obscure things. We'll talk about what Ryan you brought up earlier to me. Grand Prairie cosplayer situation goes bad for gamer, and my immediate response to this was, what a dipshit. Okay, so this was reported by CBC.ca, and as it reads, it was almost game over for Grand Prairie this week for a cosplay enthusiast. Dressed as a character from Fallout, the popular post-apocalyptic video game series, the man walked down the street wearing a gas mask, helmet, armor, and bullet belt. Okay. Just because, first of all, just because there's a convention in town doesn't give you permission to dress like that.
No, like, go ahead and throw your cape and stuff on if you don't want to carry that, but like all the other stuff that makes you look like a criminal or just a regular weirdo.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough weirdos in Grand Prairie that you don't need to stand out.
Yeah.
Draw a little bit of attention to yourself and just create a sideshow.
Yeah. It's just like a bullet belt and a gas mask is bad enough. Although he was carrying a New California Republic flag, which, I mean, it wasn't like it was like a kickoff Al-Qaeda, ISIS type thing. But even still, I mean, just the presence itself. I mean, he's wearing boots, he's in a trench coat, he's got a clear gas mask on him, and he's just walking through the middle of town, crossing a street. Now, 8 officers responded to this, and all of them drew their guns. Rifles and handguns assorted. And I'm pretty sure this guy probably shit himself.
Well, and understandably that they don't know what they're dealing with when they show up. Like, is this stuff real? Like, there's so much stuff that goes on every day with, like, real whack jobs doing stupid shit and hurting people that, like, they're ready for anything. Like, it's not something you'd expect to see in a place like that, someone that's going to go nuts, but you never know.
Well, I mean, coming from Grand Prairie, or coming, like, working in Grand Prairie, I mean, especially out in the oil field. I mean, you can understand this, Brock. Like you get stressed out. So maybe someone with a weaker psyche could snap.
Wife left with the kids, can't make her truck payments anymore. Like, all these things are believable scenarios in a place like Grand Prairie.
Yeah.
No, just even working 2 weeks straight, not getting enough sleep, and then your coworker, laying into you on your last day on rotation would be enough to get you unhinged.
Yeah, because that situation is such a rarity. My God. I knew when I was going to work out in Grand Prairie that sleep was going to be a rare necessity. Anyway, so this thing kind of resolved itself. The police officers, of course, freaked out and questioned the man and asked him to remove the gas mask and clothing and did a search. And he didn't have any bombs at all. If anything, he had a couple of things, containers of Pringles.
Ooh.
Which,
shopping bag full of Pringles there.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So, there's photos of the police officers just kind of laughing about the whole scenario and whatever. But, okay, here in Prince George, Northern FanCon's coming up. And there's a couple of costumes that I'm working on. One of them is Cyborg Superman. And one of them, I posted the picture, you commented on it. I believe you did. Nope. Was it not? No. Someone commented on it because I posted it on Facebook. But it's a airsoft mask that looks like a skull, and I notched a part out of it, and I'm going to put an LED in the one light lens so it looks like a robot type thing. But for crying out loud, there's no way in hell you'd ever catch me wearing that out in public.
No, you might get dressed at home and drive to the convention.
I wouldn't even get dressed at home. I would put on the Superman suit, sure, right?
But not
at
the
home.
mask?
But not the mask.
Oh, come on.
Well,
Driving through an intersection, look at the guy beside you and smile when you stop at the red light? It'd be priceless.
No, I would be assembling, if not getting mostly dressed at the convention.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the big foam suit, the Mordekaiser. One, there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to drive with that thing on. And two, even if I parked across the street, I'm going to wait till I get to convention to put that thing on because it is a full suit of armor. I'm not going to walk around in that thing.
Why not?
No.
You could get shot.
No. It's foam. It won't stop anything. It won't even stop a cold.
When you said Cyborg Superman,
Yeah.
my brain started trying to picture a Cyclops Superman. I wish I could show you the image that was going through my head because I totally misunderstood what you said.
No, Cyborg Superman. Cyclops Superman. That'd be a win-off. I wonder if I'd be able to pull it off. How would you see, though?
Well, clearly through your one eye.
Yeah, but that one eye is in the middle of the forehead.
I don't know. I'm not that kind of nerd, man.
Or, you could shift the eye down center and just not have
one big eye.
Like a
one
minion.
big eye.
Like a minion. Anyway, point being, at these conventions, at these meetings or whatever, there's some people who will get dressed up to go to a cosplay convention or a fan con or some sort of giant gathering, right? But the smarter of the people will get dressed up there, especially if it's something that is armor based, military based, something of the sort. There's a picture here, according to CBC, and the woman's got the helmet, the trench coat, some sort of other restricted apparatus, and a clear piece of chest armor that it's one piece and it encompasses an entire front torso. So yeah, someone who can't make the truck payment and the kids have gone with mom and are staying at grandma's house, someone he could portray easily someone who is just not having a good day and decided to share his bad day with someone else.
With everybody else.
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly. Anyway, that's just so yeah, okay, sure, fine. So that happened. Are you going to go to FanCon? You were never big at FanCon.
No, that's not really my scene.
No?
No. Leaving the house is really where it starts, and then for something I don't really have a lot of interest in anyways, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no real plans to go.
What about you, Brock?
Probably not. Not sure when it is.
First weekend of May.
Oh, I'll actually be in town.
Well,
Maybe.
it
See
could
what
be
my
something I
weekend
could
looks
do.
like.
On the topic of dressing up in theatrics and fantasy, the Thor Ragnarok movie trailer finally hit, and we get to see Thor's new haircut. You guys got to watch the trailer here just before we started recording this, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, well, welcome to spring. There is the potential combat between Thor and the Incredible Hulk, and it also might explain why he wasn't present in the Avengers Civil War movie, possibly because he wasn't there.
It's been a while since I've watched it.
In the Civil War movie was like Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Black Panther,
Yeah.
Ant-Man,
Yeah.
Black Widow,
Yeah.
Hawkeye, Captain America, War Machine, Iron Man, no Thor, no Incredible Hulk. Yeah. So anyway, what did you think of the movie trailer?
Well, it looks pretty good. Like for as far as the action goes and the superhero one-liners,
Yeah.
seems pretty standard for what they're doing nowadays with those type of movies.
Yeah. What about you?
Looks like another movie out of the Marvel Universe.
It's interesting. It's interesting, and I think I share the same thoughts as everyone. A lot of other people who have watched the Thor movie. Is this supposed to be a dark superhero movie, or is this supposed to be a funny superhero movie? Because it's kind of touches of both, especially Thor's reaction when he realizes he's facing the Incredible Hulk, because that's clearly like ha 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 ha. But then there's the whole thing of his hammer getting destroyed, his powers being stripped away from him, Asgard basically being decimated by Cate Blanchett. So, is this going to be a dark superhero movie, or is this going to be a lighthearted haha superhero movie?
It looks like a little bit of both, like maybe a dark storyline with some lighter moments.
No, just the Thor movies in general tend to be following the darker side of the superhero spectrum, with a couple one-liners thrown in for levity.
That's true. Have you seen Thor in the Dark World?
Yes.
Have you?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, that was a great conversation.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm educated about this and nothing else.
Well, it's just like every time I've saw it on television, like I don't think it's on Netflix yet, or if it has, I missed it. But like I've seen bits and pieces of it, but not enough to get the general idea of what the hell's going on. So, I'm a huge fan of what's going on with the Marvel universe, and it seems as though like the DC universe is scrambling to catch up, but they're doing okay. I mean, they did Batman v Superman. They have Wonder Woman on the hook. They're going to do Justice League, and there's rumors that Superman will be making a return in Justice League. Spoiler alert for those who for some reason, if you haven't watched Batman v Superman, Superman gets buried.
I think if
good
you're
to know.
listening to our show, chances are you've probably already seen a movie like that.
Probably, yeah.
No,
No? Okay.
no, it's spoiled.
There's also hints that some of the cast might make an appearance that were in Suicide Squad. To which, interesting enough, Suicide Squad is actually did phenomenal box office wise, and even though it was like just absolutely panned in the ratings, thanks to like I don't know, so many different critics out there or whatever, it wasn't until it went overseas that it got mass reviews. And again, that's another movie I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, it's on my list.
Yeah. So, The Last Jedi movie trailer came out. And this one hinting at the fact that Mark Hamill, a.k.a. Luke Skywalker, is going to have a more predominant role as opposed to like a last-minute, oh, hi, you interrupt me sitting on a rock at the end of the frickin' movie. And also, there is talk that I don't know how to put this. There was Rogue, was it Rogue One?
Yep.
Right? And a lot of people were saying like, oh, everyone died at the end of Rogue One, but for some reason, Hollywood's trying to figure out a way to make it so that not everyone died in Rogue One.
I haven't seen it, so.
We're well-educated people in this category.
I spent 5 months buried under 6 feet of snow in the middle of a field.
Anyway,
Netflix reception there was terrible.
no shit. The Hitman's Bodyguard. This one kind of just showed up out of nowhere. It's Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson being Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson in this movie.
Pretty much is what it looks like. Like, they're not trying to be anything other than what they always are.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds being humorous and talented, and Samuel L. Jackson being
A badass motherfucker.
Vulgar and uneducated came to mind, but okay, we'll go with
His
that.
own words.
It looks entertaining. It looks like one of those like buddy cop type fun romp movie type things. It's basically modern day answer. To me, it looks like the modern day answer to Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Really, because you have one character who's straight laced and the other one who's like a wild card, and you have one character who's has a lot of experience behind him, is quite older, and the other one a little bit younger, and then you have one guy who's black and the other guy who's white. So to me, it's a new age Lethal Weapon.
Or a better version of Cop Out.
Or a better version of Cop
I'm pretty
Out.
sure the other guy was, what was it? Kevin Hart and, was it a Wahlberg?
No, it was Tracy Morgan and Bruce Willis.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of that Kevin Hart's in.
Kevin Hart, you thinking...
Maybe I'm thinking Get Hard.
Central
It's not
Intel-
really a cop one, but...
Get Hard, which is Will Ferrell and
with
Kevin
Will
Hart.
Ferrell, yeah.
There's Central Intelligence with The Rock and Kevin Hart.
They're pretty much all the same movie with just different jokes. That's, I think, kind of the path we're going down here.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like,
And
I'd go
yet
watch
it
it.
sells. It sells, so they've got to keep making them in the same cast.
Oh, yeah, kick that dead horse until it's, like, you can no longer be kicked. It's a pool of schmooge. But it just, yeah, like, if it works, keep doing it.
Oh, and then they're just going to fill a super soaker up with it and spray another screen down.
Yeah, exactly.
It's no secret that when it comes to Hollywood and movie studios, that they make more of a profit on comedies than they do action and sci-fi. Because comedies doesn't take a whole shit ton of special effects, right? It's a couple of guys telling jokes, whereas action and sci-fi, you have stunt coordinators and you have explosions and you have legalities and you have special effects and all that stuff. So, I mean, why not have the two biggest stars in Hollywood, or one, a few of the two biggest stars in Hollywood? Two of whatever. Why not have Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson just be Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson with car chases and guns?
Because there's no cult following to that. I mean, you get a Star Wars cult following, you're going to sell out every time, and you're going to get repeat viewers in the same release out in theaters.
You're
You
making,
milk a lot more fandom out of that.
but you're making reference to Samuel L. Jackson being in Star Wars and now in this movie?
No, just that's the difference between doing a action ride-along cop show versus a sci-fi hit.
Okay,
You don't have the same cult following.
that's true.
I think you do attract the same kind of audience to a show like the one where just Hitman's Bodyguard. I've already forgot.
Yeah,
I'm
Hitman's
not a very
Bodyguard.
good plug man. Hitman's Bodyguard and the other shows that we mentioned, like they're similar types of shows. Like I enjoyed them, and I would watch this one. So you do get repeat viewers. It's just not a franchise with
No, but you're not-
continuity and characters.
You're not going to go
actors.
watch The Hitman's Bodyguard 2 or 3 times in theater, whereas a cult following for, say, Star Wars, a big fan will go and see it multiple times in theaters.
Oh, I think they're camped out for tickets for the next one already, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like the last comedy movie that was only not only a sequel, but something that I was looking forward to seeing.
22 Jump Street?
Haven't even seen 21 Jump Street.
They're both pretty good.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Like it's not a white cop and a black cop. It's a tall, buff white guy and a short, chubby white guy, but equally hilarious.
Okay. You know what? The one that comes to mind is Rush Hour.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker.
But Jackie Chan makes a shitty white guy, though.
They tried something different. 3 times.
3 times. 'Cause, yeah, there was Rush Hour 1, 2, 3. They were talking about there's a Rush Hour TV show, but I think that's been subsequently canceled.
Oh.
Probably a good idea.
As well as the Lethal Weapon TV show.
They woke up and thought better of it, I suppose.
I suppose. I don't know. But it's funny.
What are we doing?
It's funny you say that because something like that actually happened with a would-be TV show from a movie series, and they got all the way through the pilot and tried to do a couple of more episodes, and then basically said, "What are we doing?" And then went and tried to throw into another edition of that movie series, Beverly Hills Cop. So Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, 3, Eddie Murphy as Axel Foley, right? And then Beverly Hills Cop, the TV show, the premise was supposed to be that Axel Foley is now the chief of police in Detroit, and his son is going to be trying to be a police officer, and now Axel Foley has to deal with his son trying to emulate the things that he does, but now he's the chief of police, so Axel Foley has to be a lot more responsible, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so they did the pilot, and then they tried to get in through a couple more episodes, and then like the execs came in and said, "What are we doing? That's Axel Foley. He is still Axel Foley. People love this man. Screw it." They shut down the TV show, and they start production on Beverly Hills Cop 4 July this year. And I'm pretty sure, and like, unless they've changed the premise, I'm pretty sure the premise is that Axel Foley returns to Detroit after whatever he's doing, right? To find out one of his cop buddies gets killed. It's also the worst winter Detroit has ever seen in years. So he's trying to solve this crime while dealing with the Mother Nature and blah, blah, blah. Axel Foley. Anyway, so yeah, it was one of those things of, what are we doing?
Let's just stop. This is a bad idea.
I was going to say another Die Hard franchise.
Oh, well, how many Die Hards are there? There's Die Hard 1, 2, a Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free and Die Hard, and then It's a Good Day to Die Hard, so that's 5.
Mm-hmm. They have a series of batteries out.
Batteries? Yeah. That doesn't count.
Oh. Okay, well,
Smart ass.
unless you count Steven Seagal spinning off all of his movies having something to do with death and hard to kill, then I think it ends at 5.
I don't know. Did he have any spin-offs? He had one spin-off, Under Siege.
Oh, I don't know.
There was 2 Under Sieges.
They're all the same movie, but it's the same idea.
It is the same idea. But
It
how can you have a movie called Under Siege when you're on a train?
Wasn't it on a boat?
First one was on a submarine. No, first one was on a battleship,
Yeah.
which was intercepted by a submarine, and then the second one was on a train.
How could you? What do
I
you?
don't know.
It's not under sea.
Fair enough.
It's under siege.
Under siege.
You need to look up the definition of the word siege.
Speed 2. This cruise ship can't go below. Anyway,
Had they gone with like Speed 2 cruise control,
but they
then,
did.
then you could do it on a whatever they did on a cruise ship.
I saw the first one with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock, and that was the first time I realized Sandra Bullock. There's a new poster up I want up on my wall.
Yeah, she's all right.
She's all right. We'll stick with Hollywood. We lost quite a few people already, like in quick succession. Charlie Murphy, the brother of Eddie Murphy, unfortunately died of leukemia. Knew he was passing and actually sent out a final tweet before, like hours before he died. Charlie Murphy, which is kind of odd. Charlie Murphy, 5 days ago. I'm not sure if that's him. Here it is. Here we go. Well, there's so many people will pop up and say, you know, like, I'm taking over his Twitter account. Don't play any audio. Please don't.
You can edit it out.
It won't show up.
We don't have to be the most prepared show in whatever podcasting now, I guess. It's not really radio, but...
That's true. The last Twitter tweet, according to from Charlie Murphy's official account, was one to sleep on. Release the past to rest as deeply as possible. And then he subsequently passed away like a few hours later.
Was he saying that he's forgiving people for screwing him around? Like, we'll never know the answer because obviously he's gone now, but...
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. He hit his Twitter account, and then his health just plummeted from there, and he died in a hospital bed amongst family and friends, and that was it.
I really hope that my last words aren't on Twitter. Like, if I'm quoted, whatever, but like my actual, like the last thing that anybody remembers me for is some cryptic riddle on Twitter.
Yeah. What did he mean?
Oh, come on. You could live on forever.
No.
I think you're going to live on for about a week with that one.
Yeah, no one's like, I really can't see anyone like retweeting anything that Robin Williams has said, and he's been gone for well over 2 years now.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't mean retweeting, but I mean you see the little quotes all the time, like someone said, but not like his last words. But
yeah,
I just mean like I don't want to be 140 characters. This is my final goodbye.
I would hope you have a lot more to say than 140 characters.
Depends on the day, I suppose.
Yeah. All right, so we'll get into the story about the United flight and what it is, and like a lot more information has come out since, and I'll summarize it as best as possible. So, United Airways loaded all the passengers onto the flight. They took their tickets. Everyone went through customs. Everyone went through security check. The plane is loaded. Every seat, absolutely, utterly full. The plane was never overbooked. The problem was that United decided they wanted to send 4 of their employees onto the plane as well. Now, doing this meant that, let me bring it up. Doing this meant that they had to ask 4 passengers who, again, have already been checked in, already seated, their luggage is already on the plane, their tray tables are in their upright and vertical position. They have to ask 4 of these people to get off the plane. And so they do what they usually do, and what they're allowed to do is they offered money. We'll offer $400 per person if they would like to volunteer any of their seats for this flight. No one got up. It went up to $800. No one got up. It went up to $1,000. No one got up. And they could have gone as high as $1,300, but they decided not to for some reason. And so they announced, we're gonna ask the computer to randomly select 4 people to be asked to get up off the plane, give up their seats so that our employees can go on this flight. And one of the people was this doctor from... Where was he from?
He was going to Louisville from Chicago.
Right. Yes, Dr. David Dow. And he was going from Louisville to Chicago, right?
Other way.
Chicago to Louisville.
Yeah.
And they asked him, like, your name was randomly selected, please get out of the seat, blah, 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 blah. He said, no, I'm a doctor, I have to go see my patients. I can't give up my seat with in good conscience. And so 3 security guards, or 3 airport security, I guess, came up and like, get out of the seat, sir, you're getting out of the seat. And somehow, some way, the video's all there, where you see a bunch of commotion, and then suddenly his face hits the armrest across the way, and the injuries included injuries to his sinuses, 2 teeth were knocked out, severe concussion, and external bleeding. According to his lawyer, which there is a pending lawsuit, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
America.
Yes, America. Well, I mean, if I was treated like this, I mean, I'd be lawyering up in the big time.
Well, I would have taken $1,000 to give up my seat, but
To Louisville.
I might have never
Sure, I'll go
rebooked my
tomorrow.
flight.
So, never mind Mr. Accommodator, Re-Accommodator, sorry, which has been given the nickname of the social media as well as the United CEO Oscar Munoz apologized to the doctor. Now, Oscar Munoz has been dubbed the Re-Accommodator because in a first statement, which was a half-assed, backhanded apology, he said that he apologized for those people having to be re-accommodated. And so ridicule ensued about people wanting to re-accommodate their foot in his ass. So that happened, and then a second apology came out, but it wasn't really apology again, but people started to take notice, and even the stockholders took notice, and they lost close to like $250 million in one day in stock value. And that's when United CEO Oscar Munoz said, "I'm sorry," and apologized profusely for this entire situation. Now, United Airways had gone and tried to save face. They tried to dig up some dirt on this doctor, but like he had his license, his medical doctor's license, whatever, revoked 2 times, but they've both been reinstated. And they're trying to paint this guy as a bad person, but bad person or not, you didn't know who it was when you were asking him to get out of the seat, and subsequently his face met the armrest at high velocity. So what does it matter what his background is? You still did what you did, right? And a lot of people are already saying that. It's just like they're never going to fly United again. Now, my flight history, I've flown with Air Canada and WestJet and never had a problem.
No.
I don't see myself in a situation where I'm going to fly United, but like I don't think that I would hope not. I would hope that they don't treat all situations like this.
Well, and if it was airport security guys that were dragging him off the plane, those aren't United employees. But what they should have done, if they had known ahead of time that they needed to deadhead this flight crew to work another flight, was ask people not to board before they boarded it.
Yeah.
That's
Easy enough
where
to
it became an
rebook.
issue.
Easy enough to rebook while they're checking in.
Exactly.
Or at the gate even.
Yeah.
But they waited too long to make the change, in my opinion.
And and that's kind of where I'm sitting too, is like you waited until everyone was seated, comfortable, baggage on, ready to go, and then you're saying, no, we need 4 extra seats. Like, no, it's that ship has sailed already. So we'll see what happens from here, and I'm willing to bet that the doctor is gonna make a payday on this one.
Be well compensated.
Someone's money is going to be reaccommodated into his bank account. Sean Spicer. I don't know what to think about this dude. Do you know who Sean Spicer is?
Nope.
Okay, Sean Spicer is the communications director for the Trump administration.
Okay.
Now, he already has a difficult job as it is, where he's got to try to make sense of the bullshit that comes out of President Donald Trump's face. But also, he's got to make sense of the other people that are around Donald Trump and try to be the bottleneck of information to the mass media.
I thought they had the blonde spokeswoman that never answered questions for media relations.
I don't know who that is.
I remember looking at some article that was talking about this blonde woman that was spearheading media relations for the Trump administration.
Kellyanne Conway?
Yes, that never answered any questions in interview.
Kellyanne Conway.
I'm not sure exactly where she fits into the infrastructure there relating to media, but
The current counselor to the president of Donald Trump.
Oh.
So not the same person, not the same position.
Okay.
No, but Sean Spicer, like he's got a tough job, and unfortunately, he kind of steps in it a few times. Did you see the most recent thing?
I heard something, but I don't remember details. I just know that he's up to shenanigans again.
So Sean Spicer was making a comment about the most recent Syria sarin gas attack. Okay, and he was saying he was trying to explain how evil the people are that perpetrated this attack. And he decided, for some reason, as if he didn't already need convincing, that these people are evil when they attacked innocent people with sarin gas, he decided that he would try to compare this person with Adolf Hitler. And he said not even Adolf Hitler used sarin gas on the German people when he rushed everyone to the Holocaust Center. Okay, major problems. First of all,
propane gas, didn't he?
he what?
He used propane gas, didn't he?
I'm
Get those fires going?
I don't know. I don't know. But major problems is that what Sean Spicer was trying to say was that Adolf Hitler didn't use bombs. True. Adolf Hitler didn't use bombs. He used gas chambers. And second of all, that Adolf Hitler didn't attack Germans with gas? Yes, he did. He
Nonsense. The Jews weren't German.
No, but he attacked gay German people. He attacked opposition. Like, it was just, he was everywhere, right?
Anybody of Jewish descent. Yeah. No, but they weren't German citizens, clearly.
Exactly.
They weren't Aryan of descent.
Exactly. So, holy crap. There's speculation that Sean Spicer's trying to get himself fired, to get out of this situation, because it doesn't look like he's having fun at all. He doesn't enjoy his job, and not to mention, like, every time he shows up on television, it's live, and he keeps stepping in it. So
I think if he's trying to get fired, though, like, he probably doing what he's doing, which is essentially emulating his boss, isn't going to get him fired, but it is going to make it difficult for him to get another real job in the future if he does manage to somehow lose this one.
somehow.
So I don't think he's trying to get fired. I think he's just an idiot.
Birds of a feather.
He should be a behind-the-scenes guy.
Yeah.
Although it may be part of the tactic, like I said before, Trump may be an idiot, or he may be the smartest man in the world. He's got this little sideshow circus. You're talking about all the things that he's saying and his sidekick saying, and the stupidity that they're tweeting when he's doing some real shit behind the scenes.
Yeah, pushing a lot of bills through Congress that aren't ever getting any daylight in the media.
Mm-hmm.
This is true. So, having said that, I mean, Donald Trump has gone on the offensive. He fired a whole bunch of Tomahawks to Syria to target the people who were supposedly against this. And then he also fired a Moab bomb, affectionately known as the mother of all bombs. There's another name for it. I'm not going to bother to look it up right now. But this thing is gigantic. And is called the largest man-made, or it's the largest bomb short of being a nuclear bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Now, having said that, I mean, there's still a very, very large difference. What a Moab bomb is capable of is still like a fraction of what the smallest nuclear bomb is capable of.
Now, are we talking about nuclear bomb era, Hiroshima
Yeah,
era?
like big boy,
or?
and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're talking that big, right? But even still, like the Moab bomb, as big as it is, and it's a massive thing, as big as it is, to say like the largest bomb that's this side of nuclear, true, but it's still like
It's not
a
nuclear.
fraction.
It's not nuclear. It doesn't have the same lasting effects.
Exactly.
Okay.
But what's unique about this bomb is that it's a bunker buster bomb. And what it does is it doesn't actually impact the ground. It actually explodes just before impacting the ground, which sends a shock wave into the ground, which is supposed to hit any caves, caverns, underground bunkers, anything like that, and basically with that crushing force of the explosion, just collapse everything underneath it, which is kind of neat. But they sent this bomb to Afghanistan with loving signatures, trying to hit an ISIS base. And to which I'm like, okay, so Donald Trump is doing what he wants, and he's going on the offensive. But at the same time, like, I remember when Desert Storm kicked up, and I knew that the likelihood of it coming to North America and coming to our land was minimal. But at the same time, it still gives me that pit in my stomach, like, what if, right?
And it may not even be about Syria. It may just be a cock off with that little shit in North Korea.
That's true.
It just showing them like this, this is what we do to people that kind of annoy us, and you're beyond that.
Yeah, very true.
So it may be a tactic for, like I say, distraction tactics, like Donald Trump playing the baby brother trick on everybody.
Maybe. Could be also like a flex thing.
Just
Go ahead.
it's either Trump flexing his muscles saying, what are you going to do? Trying to get them to strike back and actually engage in open warfare. Or flexing his muscles and then reaping the benefits when no one strikes back, because either the states look all powerful or the states get to run over them amok afterwards. Assuming they can find a target. That's the issue with that style of warfare.
It's true. It is true.
I mean, it's a win-win from his standpoint. Either the states look good, or the states get to strike back when they retaliate.
Yeah, I suppose. In Canadian politics, I don't know if you saw this. It happened yesterday. It happened yesterday. Talks about proposed legalized marijuana in Canada, and how recreational cannabis could actually be completely legal. I don't know. Doesn't affect me anymore.
No, it doesn't really affect me that much.
You know what? The only effect is I'm going to see tax dollars generated from other people's pockets and not mine.
Oh no, there'll still be tax dollars coming out of your pockets.
Oh.
You're not going to pay any less.
That's true.
No, but I'm
There
going
will
to
just be
see
more
additional
coming in.
revenue going into government coffers that I'm not paying into in the same capacity.
No, it's the same thing as if you buy smokes or copious amounts of alcohol. I mean,
Which I don't.
yeah. So it's your choice to pay those taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just wanted to hit on that because it's interesting to see this come to fruition, because so many times it's been talked about and this, that, and the other thing. It's also like, I don't know about you, but my Facebook feed has just been bombarded lately with a bunch of anti-Justin Trudeau, blah, 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 fake news, memes, and all that stuff. And I'm just sick of it. Like, I voted who I voted for, and Justin Trudeau got into office. And the way I see it is, I look, like, it may be a very rose-colored glass point of view, but the way I see it is when there's a government in, and if my work environment, if my health, if my financial situation, if my life overall is actually affected positively or negatively by whoever's in office, is based on what I'm doing next. And then whenever the next election comes up, I mean, I will do my homework, I'll think about it, I'll ask the questions and see who has the same thoughts, beliefs, direction as myself, and I'll vote that direction. But as for right now, I mean, Justin Trudeau's in office. Stop with the fake news on my fucking Facebook feed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that, because I know that there are people on my feed that I don't see show up anymore for whatever reason, because I've decided that I don't want to hear about exactly their political rants,
Yep.
or I don't want to see pictures of their cats, or I don't want to whatever. So I don't have my feed bunged up as much as you're saying yours is, but I do know where you're coming from.
I've considered getting rid of Facebook entirely because I got so fed up with that. And it's just nonstop.
My brother did that. my brother, whose birthday is tomorrow, happy birthday, Jess, he completely deleted his Facebook feed. His Facebook account, completely deleted his Facebook account. Now, anyone who knows that if you've ever deleted your Facebook account, it's not actually deleted. You can go back and then just re-sign in. Boop, it's all there. But he deleted his Facebook account. And I asked him, like, why are you doing that? It's like, well, because I'm just tired of it. It's just so negative. It's stupid. And it's just a pain in the ass, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, I understand your frustration. But at the same time, like, if you take the time, if you want to, you can devote the time to actually going into your Facebook feed and filtering out, like, okay, I don't want to, this is fake news, so, don't show me any more of this. And this person is just nothing but negative and, yeah, a whole shit ton of crap, like cat videos and whatever. Like, you can go through that. Like,
It's
either
a
in one
personal
shot.
page, you can personalize it.
Exactly. Right? You don't have to see the shit that people pump out there.
Oh, and that's why I haven't deleted my account yet, because I haven't taken the trouble to try and filter it out yet.
Yeah. So, and when it comes to Facebook, though, like, I thought for sure that I was free and clear. Like, I thought my security restrictions and search restrictions were good. Boy, was I fucking wrong.
Oh?
Okay, so the Lomax shootings, 6 trucks were hit by a gunman, right?
Yep.
And just a random gunman. He was driving westbound. Lomax trucks are driving eastbound. No, sorry, the other way around. Lomax trucks were driving westbound. He was driving eastbound, and he was pot-shotting as he was driving, right? So that happened on a Friday. I come into work here at the radio station on a Saturday, and everyone's like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. Because I had no idea. I wasn't driving truck that night. I was driving bus, of all things. So they tell me what's going on, and so I call up my dispatch at Lomac, and I say, what the fuck? And they, okay, so this is what's happened. 6 trucks were hit. 3 radiators were blown out because of bullets, and blah. Oh, no, okay, is anyone hurt? No, no one was hurt. Everything's fine. So the TV station here, it's like, oh, could we go down to Lomac? Like, you can go down, but you're not probably not going to be able to talk to anyone because, the police are going to be tight-lipped about it because they're looking for a suspect. So that means that the mechanics are going to be tight-lipped about it because they don't want to fuck up the police's report. So it's one of those things. So they go down there, and sure as hell, they don't get much of a statement or whatever. But they come back here, and they're like, wait, you still drive for Lomac? I said, yes, I do. He goes, do you want to do an interview? I was like, I'll answer what questions I can, sure, right? So we go downstairs, and he puts a camera in front of me. Tyson Fedor, he's one of the reporters here, and he does a great job. Asks me some softball questions, right? And I answer them best as possible and as politically correct as possible, and just I'm just a stand-in, right? I wasn't there a part of the shooting. My truck wasn't. Well, my cross shifts truck was hit, so essentially my regular truck was hit, but I wasn't driving, right? Yeah. So I can only speak on my behalf, on my opinion, on my information, right? So anyway, softball questions. We finished the interview. Global National gets a hold of the TV station here and says, you got anything on this Lomac thing? I said, yeah. Throws him my interview. So now I'm on Global National down in Vancouver Sunday night and Monday morning, and my Facebook feed blows up. And not just my Facebook feed, I'm getting text messages from random women all over BC, 7 in total. 2 of them sent dirty pictures. And it was all, hi, I saw you on TV. You're hot. What the hell?
They need to tighten up those privacy settings.
I know. It was, I'm going to read one. Hold on.
That's why I haven't given Facebook my phone number and refuse to. There's certain things I don't feel should be part of social media.
Well,
Yeah, I don't think mine's on that either. Even if it was my old one, so it doesn't. It's some other guy ends up getting my text if there's any that come through.
Like, I thought for sure I had it locked down, but I guess I didn't. Okay, this person is. I'm not going to bother with a name, and on YouTube, I'll put up the text message. This person is from Duncan, lives in Nanaimo. I don't know this person from a hole in the wall. She sends me a message. hey. I said, hello. She goes, I said, have we met before? She goes, yes. I said, oh. She goes, yes, in my dreams. I saw you on TV. You are hot. I laughed. I said, what a line, haha. She goes, it's the truth. You're very handsome. I said, thank you. She goes, you're welcome. But she used the wrong your, so I corrected her. She goes, oh my God, I know this. Thank you for that. I said, you're welcome. Bye. She ends off with, why so rude? And there was literally like 5 other women who sent me text messages just like that through Facebook Messenger of, hi, saw you on TV, you're hot. And then there was 2 other women, no hi, no nothing whatsoever, just nudes.
Put those ones up on the YouTube.
I should pixelate them, right? But like it was just that, right? So anyway, so a Global National runs my story. My quick little interview of I think what I said was I'll be back to work on Monday. This doesn't bother me at all. We have great mechanics. Like, it's going to make me a little bit more aware of the situation around me and possibly a little bit more aware of like possible dangerous scenarios. But I mean, I'll be back to work on Monday. That was the quote that was used for Global National. And through that quote alone, 7 women contacted me on Facebook.
Guy's not afraid to stare down the barrel of
Yeah,
a gun.
I know. And then that, like, so twice on Global National, Sunday night, Monday morning, and then CKPG TV ran the story on Monday. And up until CKPG TV, I only had 4 women contact me, and then after CKPG TV, 3 more, so 7 in total. Like, holy crap! I literally thought that I had my Facebook settings done in such a way where this couldn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, my understanding is their most recent update to the Facebook app itself had changed security settings around on it. So you've got to go and reset them. With updates, they sometimes revamp your settings without notifying you as they change certain security settings or modify their security protocols. And that could very well be why your information was leaked.
Maybe, I don't know. I do know that my Facebook page says like JD Boutillier, right? But when they interviewed me, I made sure that they used my full name, James Dean Boutillier. So I'm a little shocked that, you know, maybe not that much of a mystery. Like, we're not talking like Moriarty type mystery here, but still, like, they were able to make the connection of James Dean Boutillier, JD Boutillier, because nowhere on my Facebook feed does it say that I'm a driver for Lomac.
No, but are there pictures of yourself in your Facebook feed?
Yeah, I'm a spotlight whore.
They can find trifling bitches be smarter than they look. They can find a picture of, oh, hey, that is the guy that's on, because they can go through every James Boutillier, JD, whatever, until they find the guy that looks like the guy on TV.
That's true.
So
I'm
sure they've got time, and they're probably always on their phones.
Good point. Very good point.
If they're just randomly trolling for dick from a guy that they met on the news.
I couldn't understand, like, I was flattered. I was absolutely flattered by, like, you're hot, you're hot, you're hot, you're hot.
Yeah.
And here's my ass. I was flattered by that. But at the same time, I was kind of dumbfounded. Like, you don't know me other than the fact that I work for a trucking company that was shot at.
That drives the highway of tears.
Well, that too. Christ.
What other poor life decisions are you going to have to account for one day?
I don't know.
Crazy lady.
I work in radio.
No, not you. I mean them.
I know,
they
but
do the math like this, exactly where all this stuff happened.
This is the highway of tears.
You should have sent her the link to the Netflix, the show that's on Netflix about it.
About the highway of tears?
Yeah. This is where it happened. Like, you still interested?
Yes.
This is my route.
You still want to show me your ass?
This may be the last known picture of you. You don't know that.
I got no time to kill anyone. I'm on the radio all the time. Wow. So, yeah, that happened.
Excellent.
I brought it up during an announcers meeting, and my boss was like, well, I'm on the TV all the time. I said, yeah, but you were never shot at. He's like, neither were you. I was like, no, but
They don't know that.
They don't know that. Anyway, so that happened. That was my little bit of a story. Nothing much has come of it since. I mean, they did catch the guy in Chilliwack, or they caught a suspect who was firing back at police officers in Chilliwack. Mm-hmm. But
along the same time frame of when this guy would have got there.
Exactly. And I do know that of the trucks that were shot at, 4 of them had dash cams, and so they were able to take the footage. And I don't know, but one would think that it would be pretty easy to spot blue caliber that's missing a part of the bumper in the front through a dash cam. And if that vehicle was there, then that's like open shut, really.
No, anyway. I mean, in theory, you'd have the audio of when the gunshot or the swerve of, holy shit, there's somebody taking gun shots.
Well, okay, on that, and this is something that was actually asked by a couple of reporters, that I did talk to a couple of the drivers, and they didn't notice. They thought it sounded like gravel hitting the grill.
Yeah.
Right? So there was no swerving of trucks. In fact, the only way
just the sound of the truck and the wind, like...
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
I'd heard from a guy that actually works for Lomac going, yeah, some of the people didn't know until the rads quit.
Exactly.
And they saw the holes in the side of the hood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, there was... and that's just it. I mean, if the guy would have went 0 for 6 and hit no rads instead of going 3 for 6, then we wouldn't have known until we got back to the shop.
Yeah.
So... Anyway, they caught the crazy fucker, so I don't care. So no more interviews for me. Let's see if I can just stay out of the news for a little while.
You don't want random text messages saying you're hot?
No. Good Lord, I don't need that type of attention anymore. Well, you know what? Okay, I'll accept random text messages saying that I'm hot once the Flipside becomes a
$7 show.
Once it hits the 4-figure category.
Exactly.
When we climb to $11 in value.
I'll take 3 figures. You know why? Because at 3 figures, at $100, there's actually a check that will be cut.
I meant when you hit 4 digits, so you climb above
Decimals
$9.99, not 4 figures.
That'd be 5 then, because that'd be 100, which is 100.00.
Oh yeah.
It's okay.
Man, you guys are talking about different milestones. I know what Brock's talking about. He's saying 4 digits and decimals included. You're saying 3 figures before the decimal.
Yes. So we're saying the same thing. Just
no, I'm saying
you're...
when you hit $10 in value, 4 figures.
Okay. I'll take that.
We'll draw you a picture when we're done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Make sure
you have Microsoft Paint on this thing, right?
Make sure it's in crayon, would you?
Can we use yours? Are they in your backpack?
Grab your helmet and run for the hills. We'll wrap it up here. This has been The Flipside, episode 402.
Neat.
402. And as always, you can download it either on iTunes or TheMediaJack.blogspot.ca. Working on SoundCloud, but they want money for that, so we'll see what happens from there. Or you can always just follow me all over social media at TheMediaJack, and that's where you'll find the YouTube video for this, because TheMediaJack is something that we do on YouTube. So, Ryan, thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
And we'll see if we can make this a little bit less awkward and do it later in the day.
Oh, no, this time's fine. I just was observing that we've never done this in the daylight before.
That's true. Very true.
Just strange is all.
It's strange to be doing it on a Friday.
Well, I don't even know what days of the week we did it before.
Sunday. We did it on a Sunday
a
and
couple
a Monday.
Sundays.
Yeah. Brock, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes.
Glad to be back.
And hopefully we can do this again sometime in the near future. I would like to get back into a routine of doing it once a week. And I understand that other people, like Big Jim, have schedules and lives and whatnot. And it doesn't always revolve around this little project here. But, I mean, if we can get down to once a week, repetition.
Or once every 2 weeks.
Whatever. Repetition and consistency counts, right? So, Anyway, thanks for coming down. And this is The Flipside. You can catch us next time.